Okay, thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Betsy Bishop, and it's April 9th, and tonight on our Hot Topic training for this week, we're going to be talking with two brand new group leaders on our team. We have Lisa Frasier from Maine, and we have Lindsey Tate in Texas. And I am so appreciative of the two of you. This takes a lot of courage to come on, but I know that you're both very engaging and not afraid of people. So hopefully this is not too intimidating for you. And I've had a chance to interact with both of you a little bit, even though I'm in Virginia, to know that you're both very cheerful and friendly, and hopefully this will not stress you out too much. So thank you in advance for being so kind to share with us. I wonder, I think what I want to do is have each of you do a quick 1-minute description of what you were doing before you came to Touchstone Crystal, and what your family, like 2 minutes, like what your family is like and what else you do outside of Touchstone, so we kind of know who you are. Lindsey, can you go first?
Sure. So hi everyone, I'm Lindsey Tate. I live in San Antonio, Texas. I actually work from home. I'm an engineer for a medical technology company. I manage process engineers all around the world, so I travel internationally quite often, so I'm on the road quite a bit. So I actually came into Touchstone Crystal kind of on a whim, to be honest. I went to a party, then I booked a party, and then I really liked my upline leader at both of those parties, and I had no intentions of being a group leader, and I told her that from like minute one, like none. I wanted no part. I managed people on a day-to-day. I wanted easy. I just wanted the free jewelry. I have a 5-year-old little girl named Arabella, and my husband is an engineer in oil and gas, so he travels quite a bit as well. So we're both working people, and I just kind of decided to. I tried to do this on the side, and it's been an amazing experience. I started in Touchstone Crystal in January, and I became a group leader in March. So it only took me about a month and a half to do that, which is awesome. Sorry, my daughter's singing in the background. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. So thanks for having me tonight, Betsy. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, thank you. Okay, Lisa, your turn.
Hi, I'm Lisa Frasier. I'm from Scarborough, Maine. I have a full-time job. I'm a rehab manager at a home health agency. I'm an occupational therapist, and I do still treat patients. So I work a 40-hour week. I am an avid mountain biker, triathlete, so I have a pretty active workout schedule. But like Lindsey, I went to a party, and I liked the person that brought me on. She was very outgoing and friendly. So, and I love Swarovski. It just has a great name, and I was hooked. So I started right away and kind of just took off from there. I mean, it wasn't very hard to get into it. People like the name, they love the jewelry, and I'm moving forward.
Great. So thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate it. Lisa, I'm curious, and I'll start with you on this first question. When you decided to hop into the company, can you identify if you had a fear about anything?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I think I had a fear that people wouldn't book parties. Mm-hmm. And I think that was my biggest fear, was how am I going to get the parties? How am I going to get the parties? And I know that I like, the jewelry, and then asking people. I think getting out of your comfort zone. So that was my fear.
Right. Do you still have that fear, or what did you learn over the last couple of months?
I learned that when I do parties, like I did a party Friday, and I got 2 bookings out of it. I just find that people love the jewelry, and it sells itself. And I do a lot of events. Like I just happened this weekend, I have doing a home show, which a friend of mine, he runs them. So I'm lucky enough to get a free booth for 3 days in Portland.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I'm excited. I have a partner who I got on board. She's heading towards group leader as well. She needs one more person. And we kind of partner together, which is kind of neat. And we're constantly brainstorming, coming up with ways to advertise and to grow the business. So for me, working with another person just works for me.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot more fun that way, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Lindsay, what were you afraid of when you came in?
I think the first one was how much time I would need to devote. I think for women who have a full-time job or have kids and they have activities, and you don't know really how much time it takes to get everything together. And going to parties and, they say they last 2 hours, but they're really 5 hours, and you say you're going to be home at this time. And so I was really worried about timing for taking that away from my family because, again, my husband and I travel a lot. So we want to spend as much time together as a family as we can. But I've made some compromises with that in him, and so we have a really good schedule now for when I can do parties. So as you brought up that calendar earlier with all those green circles, I definitely have a few weeks where I can do a bunch of parties, and then there are weeks where I can't, right? And I'm okay with that. And so the other fear I actually had was signing someone up under me. I literally I didn't want to, and because I like to be a perfectionist, and I want to know what I'm talking about. And so my launch party, I had girls interested, and I was like, red flag. And Randy, and so I have a great upline with Randy and Chastity, and so they really, helped me through. But I really did have a fear of that because I wanted to say the right thing. I wanted to do right by them. I didn't feel that I was ready at the time. And today I still don't know everything, but I probably watched every training on Glam Central, every single one. I asked a bunch of questions. I still talk to Chastity all the time, so those were my biggest fears coming in.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So following up on that question, Lindsay, what did you say to your first person who wanted to come onto your team? Did you say, no, don't talk to me yet? Or what did you do?
No, I said, yeah, that's so exciting. We can definitely build a business together. But I need to learn a couple more things, so let's just do it with Randy together. So I never said no, right? I can talk to anyone, and I'm a really good audience reader, so I can adapt quickly. So even though if I'm nervous inside or not sure what to say, I definitely didn't want to scare them away by saying I didn't know. But they were friends of mine, or I would say more acquaintances. I knew them through other people, so they trusted me, they knew, but I definitely didn't say no. I learned kind of after the first couple people and you saw that you were, I hate to say that you're making money off of that. It's like, just kind of nice. And then when you become a group leader, and I got my first group leader kind of paycheck last month, I'm like, oh. My husband's like, yeah, you keep on doing that. You go. You need an extra thing. You do that, right? Because he saw that I was just putting all that money into savings, and it was like growing and growing. And he would never have thought that it was going to be as lucrative as it was, or as it is. And so he's all about it, and it helps a lot when your spouse or your significant other is behind you and supportive in one of your ventures.
That's a good point. That really does help. Lisa, what about with you? When did your first team member come in with you?
Actually, when I went under Tam, who's my upline,
Mm-hmm.
my friend was at the party, and I got excited. First, she said she'd have a party, and then she said she'd sign up. So she signed up under me.
Were you brand new when that happened?
brand new.
What did you think? Did you think, no?
No, I was like, this is awesome. I'm like, let's go for it. Let's start doing stuff. Let's make some money. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we were excited. And I do have a family, by the way. I have a husband and a son who's 15, who's into basketball. So I do a lot of traveling. So I'm always networking. I'm a networker. That's just kind of how I roll. I always have cards on me. I'm talking to people, especially if I see if they have Swarovski on. I'm like, oh, and I show them my jewelry. I'm always, showing my jewelry off. And
that's so funny. So how many team members do you have now?
So I have as team members, I have 3. Linda has 2. She's almost going to be group leader. So I have someone under me that's going to be group leader. Jill has 3 people under her almost. So
wow.
Yeah, so she's almost to group leader, or Marlene is, who's under her. So it's growing. Yeah.
So how many total is that within your organization?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 or 9.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. And when did you start?
I think December.
In December. Okay.
December. Yeah.
That's great. Neat. That's great. Wonderful. Lindsay, how about you? How many people do you have on your team now? How many and then who else?
5. I have 5 direct. Spicy has 4 under her, and then one of hers has 2 under her. And then I know. Then I have another one who has 1 under them. And so I think I have 12 total if you're talking about my org right now.
Got it. Okay. That's great. Oh, I love it. Lindsay, are you working toward Alaska? Is that a thing? No? You can say no. Okay, I'm just curious.
I have no desire to go to Alaska, and it's funny because, again, Cassidy and Wendy give me the hardest time when they see me about this, which is a lot. Like, I'm like literally this close. Yeah. I mean, I'm like 1,500 points away or whatever from earning it.
You'll earn it. You'll earn it. Yeah.
I will. My husband, I think, is more excited than me. I just have like never been on my bucket list. And of course, that's how those things work, right? But I will say I'm very competitive.
Yes.
And so when you throw a competition out there or something like this, I'm going to go get it. Okay. My upline said, how many parties can you book, by tonight? Oh man, did I go out there and was I tied with someone else? I was not about to lose. So, I mean, I'm just competitive, and I think that really drives me to, do more business. I'm not as super social when it comes to networking. I lack at that the most.
Okay.
I would say my friends are better at advertising me with wearing their jewelry and talking me up all the time when we are out than I am myself. I get more stuff from them than I do.
Got it.
So that's where I need to work, I guess.
That's so interesting. Yeah. So you and Lisa have very different ways of working that. Lisa, are you working on Alaska as one of your goals right now?
I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I'm trying to get, obviously, always trying to get people.
Right. I was just curious. Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, I was just curious. Okay, one last question, the lightning round. So what is the most fun thing, Lisa, about your Touchstone Crystal business?
I think it's having a partner and going out and coming up with events. And I like doing events. So my big thing is events. And it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So.
You enjoy the social aspect of it all.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely a social person. I do a lot of bridal shows. I'm doing a lot of fundraising things. And
right. Yeah. Did you enjoy your paycheck in March?
Oh yeah. Actually, Linda's downline closed a party, and I got this $90 check. I'm like, oh, what's this? So yeah. So that was just a small little portion, but my paycheck, I just had a party and got 40%. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, good. That's great. And Lindsay, how about you? What is your most favorite thing about this? What's the most fun for you?
Getting out of my house and being kid and husband free for a few hours. I enjoy the social aspect as well, just like Lisa. I have to tell you, sometimes I kind of dread like going to a party. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be, I'm so comfy at home. But when I get there and I see the excitement of the ladies and just the camaraderie people have together, I love it. And it just like flips the switch. And I love to entertain. So I do a lot at my house between my husband and I. And so it's always nice when it's at your own house at the same time. But I do love to just turn it on, and I like to see people get excited. So I like to style as well. And so when people, I always tell people to bring pictures or dresses or something, if like prom's coming up, right? So for kids or formals, and it's fun to pair things that you could wear on a normal basis, but also that special piece or two that they could pair with a dress. And it makes it a little bit more just authentic between you and them. And it makes them really feel like you're taking, you know, a care and an initiative to reach out beforehand and say, let's do this, let's make this party about this as well. And people really like that.
That's really fun. And that guarantees a successful party for your hostess too. Yeah. I love that. So I'm curious if either of you would be willing to take a question from our friends. Would that be okay with you?
Sure.
We have a couple minutes left. Does anyone have a question? Who has a question for either Lindsay or Lisa or both?
Me? Sorry.
Just unmute.
Man, Lisa, we just must be that good. We covered it all.
You did a great job. All right. Well, ladies, I cannot thank you enough. I'm so excited for both of you, and I know that your success will just continue. And thank you so much for sharing with the rest of us what it's been like for you and what you're so good at. And it's really been just a real pleasure to see how different the two of you are, and yet you're achieving the same kind of success with our company. So congratulations to both of you, and thank you.
Thank you, Betsy.
All right, ladies, well, have a wonderful evening, and thank you all for being on the call tonight. Have a terrific week. April is going to be an incredible month for all of us. Let us know how we can help you get there, okay? Take care now. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Betsy.
Oh, thank you.